All right. Looks like we are live. All right, welcome everyone. So today we are going to be talking about falling from grace and the road back to redemption. And this is an important topic because somewhere along the lines in our lives, we're going to make mistakes. This is also going to happen if you are running a business. There will be somebody that does something that will just mess up your brand somehow, some way, and you'll be like, oh my God, how do I get out of this? So today we're going to be talking about what to do and then how to move through that so that you can get back to that happier state of being. And it's not always an easy road or an easy path, but it is definitely worth it. So, if this is your first time joining me, my name is Tina and I'm a happiness coach, and I help people and businesses be able to shift and make the changes so that they can get to a happier place. Okay? So, first things first. If you have gone down a path and you have made a mistake, maybe it's a huge mistake, and you're just like, how am I ever going to recover from this? Maybe you feel like you have messed up so bad in such a bad way that there's no coming back from it. There is always a way back from it, and there is now. This doesn't necessarily mean people will forgive you, but that's okay. There are ways for you to continue down the path and for you to be able to heal and not suffer. Okay? So, no matter what it is that you've done, that there is a route to forgiveness. So, the first thing that you have to do is you have to acknowledge that the situation that you are in, your best thinking got you there. So you have to be able to understand that the mess that you're in is a mess, and you have to be able to accept that this is not a good situation and that change is needed. Without that first step, if you don't believe a change is required, then you will not take the actions in order to make a difference and get yourself down to the place where you can be happy again. So, the first step is going to be making sure that you can acknowledge that the way things are right now, they cannot continue to be that, and you must do something. And the funny thing is, the second step is you also have to believe that things can actually change. Again, if you don't believe things can change, you don't believe it can get better, you're likely to give up on things. You're likely to maybe go a different direction. And so understanding and building your belief will help you start taking actions towards the thing that you need changed. And this is whether it's in a personal situation or a professional situation. If you feel that whatever's gone on in the business is just beyond repair, you might decide to quit the business, sell it to somebody else, give up on it. So understanding step one, change is required. Step two is believing that it can actually be fixed. Maybe you don't know how to fix it, but there's got to be somebody out there that knows how to fix it and what it is that you need to do. There's always somebody else out there that has walked this path before you, and if there hasn't been, you can at least get down the road a little bit by taking a couple of steps forward and just checking and see, is this the right direction? Now, you don't have to go full force running in the wrong direction, but you at least have to take a few steps forward going, is this, am I feeling better by moving this way, or do I need to pull back? And so paying attention to how you feel is going to be key at being able to secure your happiness. The third thing is you have to not only believe, but you have to believe that there's somebody out there that can guide you. Maybe they can't guide you the full length of your journey on your road to happiness, but maybe they can point you in the right direction and kind of give you, imagine coming to a strange town and you're just like, okay, I need a coffee and a bathroom. Where's the local coffee shop? Because the ones that I'm familiar with are not around, so what do I do? And so you might stop and you might have to ask somebody. You're going to have to get to the point where you're going to have to ask for help. You're going to have to be able to say, you know what, I can't do this all on my own, and I'm going to need guidance. And you might be thinking to yourself, you know what, I don't have anybody in my life, Tina. You don't understand. I'm completely alone and I've got nobody. And this is where I will invite you to invite God into your life. God, however you understand it, universe, double dog dare them to prove that, you know, that they exist and give you some sort of guidance. Maybe it's just meditation and you're just counting on yourself. It's like, okay, if I stop and think for a minute, which direction do I need to go? What do I need to do? What do I see around me? Taking the fourth thing, which would be taking a bit of an inventory of where are you right now? Like what happened to get you to where you're at? What kind of things, the good, the bad, and the ugly, not just only the bad, because a lot of times we get stuck in focusing on all the negative things, and focusing on some of those positive things that got us to where we are today. I mean, we have to at least be able to be grateful that we've survived this far. The situation, the circumstances may not be what you want them to be. They may be crappy as hell, but the fact that you're still here, that you're still breathing, is a good thing. It means you still have a chance. There is still an opportunity for you to change. And so, of course, that's a bit more on the personal perspective, but on the professional side, if it's a business and maybe you had somebody promise something or do something that was shady in the business and you're like, that these are not the values that we stand for, but somebody in my company went and decided, and that's a reflection of your company whether you like it or not. And so how do you take stock? You need to be able to understand what happened that created that situation. How did that enable? Maybe it was a breach of security. Maybe it was something that somebody did. Maybe you need additional training. Maybe they didn't have the right tools. Maybe there were some conflicts internally and the person was out for vengeance. I've seen that happen in a business before too. Usually it says people are on the way out, and that's how you end up getting the walkout policies that happen, where somebody has to come to your desk and make sure that you're not doing anything to sabotage the systems and stuff like that. I've seen that happen. I was a bit shocked. I'm like, because that's the furthest thing from my mind. I was like, what? Somebody sabotaged the system? That's crazy. But that is a result of a lot of hurt feelings. Somebody doesn't just get there and do that without a sequence of events happening first, and it's usually where they have gotten themselves to the point they feel justified in doing that. So being able to take stock of where you're at and what's been going on and how you got to that point, and owning the pieces that maybe you had let slide, the pieces that you had contributed to. Maybe you turned a blind eye to things. Maybe you were critical, you didn't have time, and you were a bit aggressive, or whatever it is that the situation calls for. You need to be able to take stock of the good, the bad, and the ugly. What's right, what's wrong, and what is neutral that needs to be fixed. Okay? The next thing is you need to start to be able to communicate that. Communicate that to the people that are involved. Communicate that to the people that you maybe have participated, you want to gather information, you want to understand what's going on, and you want to be able to take ownership and say, hey, these are the things that I participated in, these are the things that I did wrong, and these are the things that I see that we need to fix, right? So acknowledging that. And maybe you can't fix everything all at once, and that brings us to the sixth piece. You need to at least, even if you don't know how to fix it, you need to at least have a willingness to be able to fix things, to be able to change things. Maybe there's something that needs to happen. Maybe you don't have the financial resources in your business. You know you need a new system. You're willing to do it. You can at least start to take the steps to move forward, to be able to say, okay, maybe you can't do this right now, but maybe you can start investigating what needs to be done and how you would possibly do this. You might do some research. Maybe it's your relationship that's going down the tubes. And you're like, okay, well, I don't know how to fix this, so I'm going to start doing some research. Now, you have to do a bit of a balanced approach with that and understand that not everything can be fixed overnight, and that's okay. As long as you have everybody on board that is willing to work in the same direction and they've acknowledged what has gone wrong, they know their part in it, and you know your part, and you're leading the way by saying, hey, this is the part that I played in it, and this is what I need to do to fix this. And then asking other people what they would need for this change to be successful. So you can't do this in isolation. You can't do this solo. You need to be able to collaborate with other people and be willing to correct the things that have gone wrong. And so that may mean that maybe they don't forgive you. Maybe you've lost a customer for life and you won't ever get them back. And you'll have to maybe take those lumps, and you might have to at least accept it, and then be able to change the pieces that you can, change what it is that you can, so that those things don't ever come up again for you. And while you may not have been able to fix that one thing, at least you can fix things going forward. And that will allow for a lot of healing and then happiness, and then sharing your experience with other people will also be able to help them prevent going down that same path that you had went down. And now you have to be careful though, because everybody's got their own journey, and just like you making mistakes, you've got to allow other people the integrity. You've got to allow them, what is the word? The dignity to be able to make their own mistakes and know that they will learn from it. They may not do what it is that you want, but they will do what it is that they need to do and how they need to learn it. And maybe that's making the same mistake over and over and over again in different ways until they get sick of their own insanity, and then they decide, okay, now I'm back at step one. I can't continue to go on like this, and I need to make changes. And this can happen a lot too if somebody has got addictive behaviors in any particular thing. And it can be painful as somebody watching from the outside, watching somebody else go down a destructive path, or at least what you think may be a destructive path. But that may be the very thing that ends up saving them. So walking along beside them and not trying to change or fix them, and keeping the focus on ourselves and focusing on changing and fixing ourselves, of us walking this path so that we shine, we become the example. And if you are becoming a good example yourself, other people will want to follow that. Even if you struggle, even if you stumble, even if you fall, keep in mind that at any given point in your journey, you are going to stumble, you are going to fall, you are going to fail, but it's a matter of being able to get back up and looking at that particular situation as This was just a blip in time. That this is not the be all and end all. That better things will be coming as long as you keep moving forward, as long as you keep getting up, you keep trying. And even if you're like Bart Simpson and you keep grabbing that electrified cupcake while Lisa's sitting there taking notes, going, what a dumbass. That's okay. I've been Bart Simpson and I've been Lisa. So, be able to accept where you're at with it. And the more that you can do that for yourself, the more that you'll be accepting of other people as they're going through their process, as they're going through their journey, and they're making all kinds of mistakes, and you're just like, oh my God, stop doing that. Don't do it that way. Do it this way. You'll save so much more time, and you can be 100% right. But I can promise you, if you get into controlling behavior, you will not be happy. You absolutely will not. So you can encourage people, you can guide them, and the best way to help people is by being that example for yourself. So focusing on who you are, what you want to be, and what actually truly brings you happiness. And when you can do those things, next thing you know, because you're so focused on yourself, you'll look up and you'll be like, oh, people actually do want to follow this example. People do want to be happy. They're like, something's changed about you. You don't have to try to force it down their throat. You don't have to try to say, my way is the best way. Because I can promise you, you will probably fall from grace. And if you do, then you can come back to this video and you can start going through the steps that I've outlined so that you can get back on a path where you actually feel happier, you feel lighter, you feel rejuvenated, and you will shine in a way that you didn't know that you had in you. And it doesn't matter what your outside circumstances are. There can be a bunch of chaos going around, and you will still have peace. Why? Because you have learned to bring that to yourself. And it is within you, and when it is within you, you will be able to affect the people around you, even if they are in chaos. Okay? Because chaos takes a lot of energy. Even if they are in chaos, they're going to burn themselves out. Let them spin out, let them freak out, let them do whatever it is they need to do, and be patient, right? Stay calm within yourself, and then you will be much happier. And you will help radiate that happiness to others, because eventually they're going to get tired of being the way that they're being. And then they'll be like, okay, I'm done. Can you please help me? And then that's when you can step in and you can offer all kinds of guidance, all kinds of support, and they're going to be happier because now they've gotten rid of all that negative energy, they've burnt that out, and they are ready to receive the help that you have to offer, rather than trying to strong arm somebody into doing what you want them to do. It will not work out. You will not be happy. They will not be happy, and you'll just have this power struggle happening nonstop. And yeah, that's not a good place to be. So, focusing on what it is you need for you to be happy, and that can't be anything outside of yourself. That's got to be completely within yourself. Now, that doesn't mean we don't need people. We absolutely do need people. But being good with ourselves first, being happy with ourselves first, is the key to truly feeling happiness and bringing that to the table. And to the point where other people will be like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you so happy? I've been accused of being positive so many times. They're like, what's wrong with you? Make them wonder what you're on. Make them wonder what you're smoking. And you're like, no, I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't take medication other than I've got some high blood pressure stuff, but I'm working to get off of that stuff too, and the rest is all vitamins and supplements that I take. So yeah, learn to be high on life, and it's the biggest high that you'll ever have. And once you get addicted to that, especially if you have an addictive personality, you are going to be so much happier. The joy that you are going to feel is like nothing else. And so, again, this applies both in your personal life, in your professional life, and your business, and helping not only you, but helping the people around you, the people that cross your path, feel that way as well, is going to make a huge difference in your life, and it can be something that can truly change this world. And even if that's just your world, your little piece of the world, it's worth doing this work and doing the change. Now, it is not an easy journey. If you need help navigating this journey, going, okay, Tina, it sounds good, but what do I do next? Because all I know is I'm not happy where I'm at right now. All I know is I'm miserable, and I think if this thing would change, then I would be happy. And oftentimes, even if that change happens, you'll find that you're not happy because there's some internal work that really needs to be done and allows you to move forward and return to grace, right? It is possible for you to be redeemed and for you to come back from a fall. So, guys, that is the training for today. If you want more information, I do have a community that I am creating so that you can come in, you can be part of, you can learn on topics like this, that I will do this kind of training, and then you can come in and be able to ask your questions, give your feedback, share what your thoughts are, like any aha moments. I love hearing what other people's aha moments are, what they got from the sharing, from the topic, how they can see that they can apply it to their lives. And that is a daily group that I will be doing. If you want to be part of that, that is a low ticket thing. If you feel you need more hands-on one-on-one coaching and you want guidance either personally or in your business, DM me and we can talk. That is a 6-figure offer minimum, so depending on what it is that you're looking for. So very selective as to who I work with. So if that is something that you're looking for, let's talk and let's see if I can actually help you. I have a lot of experience to bring to the table, and I talk about the emotional stuff because that is the key. That is where you're going to find the biggest success, and not dealing with this is going to cause you the biggest headaches in your business and in your personal life. So guys, I hope you found that helpful today, and that is the training for today. I hope you have a great weekend. If you want more information about my programs, let me know and send me a DM, okay? Take care. Have a great day. Bye.